everybody, one of Weezem here, 11:14 p.m. Relatively early for me here Wednesday night, May 20th, 2015. This is Eruptor. He always makes me think of pizza, and my nephew and I had some pizza tonight. The crust was kind of weird on mine. It was hamburger pizza. It was really good like the last two times we've had it from Pizza Hut. And this one, it had a lot of tomato sauce that I like, but something was not quite right with the crust. But anyway, last night at this time, I went ahead, I pulled out the 3D lenticular backgrounds. Well, that gets highlighted by spell check, even though it's like a real thing, lenticular. But went ahead and I pulled all of those out from Eon's Elites, and I strung them together. I figured out the order they go in. They line up usually by releases, and you just had an issue where to connect all 8, Air and Tech, which came as the third group, precedes Earth and Life, which came as the second group. So that was kind of the only hiccup there, and just determining the connectivity issues. But if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. I mentioned that because this is Elite Eruptor. So if you're watching a video on Eon's Elite anything, that you would be intrigued by that. A lot of people, even more so now that I've uploaded it and kind of got feedback. Most of my feedback comes from Twitter private messages for whatever reason, and YouTube messages, but for whatever reason, like I kind of predicted, most people seem just totally unaware that that was even a thing. So be sure to check it out. But I have to say, other reason I'm telling you that story, in game, Elite Eruptor looks just fantastic. He looks really, really good in the Elite form as well. If you haven't seen him, at least run in GameStop next time you're around one and take a look. But he may be the most impressive aesthetically of the Elites. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really sat down and deduced my list, but he looks really, really good. So that said, what we're going to do here is his base upgrades. I have already done the Vulcaner path, which obviously I picked to go with Magmanter. But we're going to take a look at his base, I guess, attacks and base upgrades here. So I was impressed with myself. The night I recorded that, I must have gone through after I reset him and got the cash back. So I'm at a point now, 19 wing sapphires, I need like 8,880 or something. So whatever that's worth. But anyway, primary attack right there, 96 to 144. They're not bouncing just yet. They'll do that in a little bit. And decent range. It's not fantastic, but I mean, it's I'd say a little past mid-range maybe. Secondary attack, it's about a 3-second lag time, and then he erupts. It'll do 96 to 144 roughly 4 times. It's amazing I can regurgitate that without being on the spreadsheet. Now we're on the spreadsheet. Alright, let's take a look here. I'll actually try to be close enough to register damage. It seems like Eruptor would get really mad at Quigley, just like standing there always watching him. That's just my thoughts. But anyway, let's come in now. You've seen the primary and secondary. Let's get the base upgrades going. Alright, here we go. First purchased upgrade for 310, it is the Big Blob Lava Throw. Lava Blob attack gets bigger and does increase damage, so we'll pick that up. Cycle that.
I'm boiling over.
We'll go ahead and pick up the next one as well. Alright, it is called Fiery Remains. Lava blobs leave behind pools of flame when they hit the ground. Price is $4.34. So we'll grab that. And then we'll cycle it. I wish you could like buy multiple upgrades. I'm okay with the cutscene, but it gets redundant the way I do things. Third base upgrade is Eruption Flying Tephra. Lava balls shoot out while performing the eruption attack. 558's our price. We'll go ahead and pick it up as well. Weren't things simple back then? Think how many minutes I've spent having to do like the Newlanders and Trap Masters. This upgrade increases this one and that one, and it doesn't even say in the game or the strategy guide that it did the latter two. And then if you have this and not that, it's this damage number. Back in the day, it was just straightforward, good old-fashioned stuff. We just didn't have a training ground to showcase it. So anyway, final base upgrade is the Magma Ball. We're going to press Y to spit out Magma Balls again. I absolutely loved using this thing back in SSA, so we will pick that up. And right here, I'm not going to do it. I'll make the video complete, but I'm going to take Magmanter when we come back. So we'll back out of there. Again, you can do the same thing. If you're unsure which path you want to take, just hit the B button.
I'm boiling over.
That said, primary attack was doing 96 to 144. Now, if we get a direct hit, it will do 136. Critical on that would be 204. Let's see if we can actually get it. There was finally one. 2. So, that said, if we don't get a direct hit, you're going to see the fiery remains. Right there, that little guy. Oh, well, you said you'd see it. You didn't really, did you? Let me try a different angle. That guy right there, that's fiery remains. If an enemy were to run through that like a chompy, it will do 6 to 9. If I can calculate this just right. There, no. One step closer. No, really. Another step. Okay, so the sweet spot's somewhere in here. Last night I did this, and I wasn't recording. That's usually how it goes. But I promise they do 6 to 9, and you can actually, if you get that in the right spot, you can't have a direct hit, or it doesn't. There we go. See there, I wasn't lying to you. And it'll do that. 4 to... Alright, there was the 6, there was the 9, and it does it 4 times. I've actually had it register 5 before. Yeah, so we're going to go with 5. 6 to 9, 5 times, best case scenario. So, again, if you make a direct hit, you just don't have the lava blob hit the ground, so it doesn't trigger fire remains. But if your aim is off, or you just, you're spamming it because stuff is coming, then you will have that happen. There's really, I think you could possibly have 3 on the screen at a time, but by the time you're like throwing that third one, or it's about to land, it essentially times out. So. Roughly 2, if you want to document that. But next up is Eruption Flying Tephra, and what happens with it is in our eruption, I think we should get it from here. Still 3 seconds, but he shoots out fireballs, roughly 4 to 8, and they do 96 to 144. So the damage numbers from the lava stay at 96 to 144, and then the Flying Tephra also 96 to 144, which is nice. Last but certainly not least, it is the tertiary attack magma ball. Check this thing out. Dun 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 dun. And you can actually, it will sometimes register damage multiple times on these things. You can only have one active. There's the 360. And note here, if I were to spit it across a river, it kind of goes out in the water. So 240 to 360 though, and that is pretty much it. That is how simple it is to do base upgrades with the good old days, Eon's Elite, the classic 8 if you will. So I can't stress again, I guess when I do Eruptor's introduction, and he and excellent Eruptor's upgrades, you can kind of compare and contrast them, but Elite Eruptor looks really nice in the game. Even the artwork down there in the lower left-hand corner looks pretty dadgum good. But that's it. I will wrap this up. We're going to go on and take his Magmander path in the next video. And then, of course, if you take those links, you'll be taken to a post on my side, or the Sky, which is technically my side too, but Skylander Club Forum or oneofwisdom.com, whichever you prefer to look at. And you will see base upgrades, Magmander, Vulcaner, and of course the attack damage number spreadsheet. So be sure to check that out. You can kind of use it as a reference tool, or base it what you're going to do. And again, keep in mind this attack damage number, while it will be different than the others, it'll kind of give you a pinpoint idea of where Eruptor and excellent Eruptor would be roughly 1/3 of the damage here. So that said, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you back here in just a few seconds.